We all grew up hearing the same thing from our parents. Be grateful, say thank you, shukr kiya karo, don't complain, others have it worse. And as we got older, some of us heard a different version of it. Be grateful and you'll get more. So one day I asked my mom, more what? More blessings, more peace, more ease, more good things arriving in our life. And is that actually true? Is gratitude really something that creates more good in our life? Or is it just something adults say to make us behave? Is it a myth, a mindset, or an actual spiritual mechanism that opens the door to more? Emotionally, mentally, and even materially. I sat with this question for too long, and here is where it really gets interesting. Because the Quran says yes, ancient spirituality says yes, and modern neuroscience says yes, just in different languages. This gratitude is not the cliche kind, not the Pinterest version, not a simple be positive. It is something deeper, something older, and something spiritual, biological, and transformative. So let's explore that, because what you discover in the next few minutes might change how you move through life and the world. Most of us think that gratitude is something we do after life gives us something good, or life goes our way. But the Quran very beautifully explains that gratitude is not a reaction. It is a spiritual law. In the Quran, the Creator says, if you are grateful, I will surely increase you. Not maybe, not occasionally, but a law built into the fabric of existence. So if we reflect on it, spiritually, gratitude becomes a doorway. It is a way of staying connected to the source regardless of what the day looks like. It is not through perfection, not through pretending, but through grounded presence. And there is a beautiful quote by Hozomi that captures this idea perfectly. It goes like, the single greatest skill you can develop is the ability to stay in a good mood in the absence of things to be in a great mood about. So by showing gratitude for what we don't understand, because we don't have to love every moment, we don't have to enjoy every chapter. Some things, they only make sense in hindsight. And that is why the Quran gives us this grounding reminder. It may be that you dislike something that is good for you. In my opinion, this is mature gratitude, not toxic positivity, not forced smiles, not denying pain, but the quiet surrender that says, I don't understand this, but I trust the one who does. And this kind of gratitude, it truly changes people. It allows us to be thankful for the blessings we can see, and it keeps us steady through the challenges that we cannot yet explain, because we know that they might be shaping us and we'll only recognize this later. And what's striking is that this understanding is not unique to one tradition, because across cultures and centuries, the same truth keeps resurfacing. Christianity teaches gratitude in all circumstances. There's a beautiful Jewish tradition where they begin their day by giving thanks. Sufi wisdom calls gratitude a way of walking through life. And Stoic philosophy teaches acceptance of what unfolds. Different languages, different metaphors, but the same insight that gratitude keeps us aware of the divine while complaining pulls us away. And it is not because God needs gratitude, but it is because we do, which raises an honest question. Is gratitude just a comforting belief we pass down? Or is it simply a mindset that helps us cope up? Or is it actually a spiritual shortcut, one that quietly prepares us to receive more of what life and the divine are already offering? And here is where it gets really interesting, because it turns out that this shift doesn't just happen in our mind, it happens inside the brain as well. And here is where it gets really interesting, because it turns out that this shift doesn't just happen in the heart, it happens inside the brain as well. It is honestly so comforting to know that spirituality speaks about gratitude with reassurance and a kind of timeless understanding that you are seen, you are safe, and you are not alone. But here is the surprising part. Neuroscience says almost the same thing, just in a different language. That gratitude doesn't only affect our soul, it changes our biology too. And once we see what's happening inside the brain, we start to understand why gratitude feels like emotional oxygen. Now, most people don't realize this, but our brain isn't just designed to make us happy. It is designed to keep us alive, which means that it scans for danger before it scans for blessings. That is why we can have 10 good things happen to us in a day, and our mind will still replay that one awkward moment or that one thing that went wrong. And to be fair, this is not negativity, it is just biology. This is how we humans are built to function. But here is where gratitude changes everything. Because when we consciously feel gratitude, even for something small, our brain's alarm system, the amygdala, starts to calm down. And when that happens, something important switches on. It is the prefrontal cortex. This is the part of the brain responsible for clarity, perspective, wise decisions, creativity, and timing. In other words, it is the part of us that sees life clearly, not through panic, not through fear. And that is why when we look around, grateful people aren't naive. They're simply operating from the part of the brain that is best equipped to navigate life. But that's not all, because at the same time, gratitude changes our brain chemistry. It increases our dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and these chemicals are linked to motivation, emotional balance, connection, healing, and resilience. And that is why gratitude feels grounding instead of fake. It is just simply not positive thinking. It is our nervous system learning that it is safe and that there is something even more subtle happening inside our brain. There is a filtering system called the reticular activating system, the RAS. It decides what we notice and what we ignore. It filters based on the truth. It filters based on focus. So when we focus on what's missing, we see more scarcity. When we focus on fear, we notice more threats. And when we practice gratitude, our brain very smartly begins to spot opportunities, support, timing, solutions, and small openings that we used to miss. So this is why grateful people often seem lucky, not because life favors them, but because their mind has learned to recognize what others simply walk past. Science calls this selective attention. Spirituality would call it a heart aligned with the source. Two different languages, but the same truth. There is a research by the HeartMath Institute where HeartMath researchers, they talk about coherence. When we are stressed, angry, or anxious, our heart rhythm becomes jagged and irregular. That is when our brain struggles, our body tenses, and our intuition, it shuts down. But when we generate even 60 seconds of genuine gratitude, our heart rhythm shifts into a smooth, harmonious pattern called coherence. Now in coherence, our nervous system calms, our intuition improves, our mind-body connection strengthens, the stress response lowers, our problem-solving increases, and most of all, our emotional state stabilizes. It's almost like gratitude reboots the entire system. Now, a spiritual person might say that my heart feels lighter. Neuroscientists would simply say your physiology just shifted into coherence. Both are describing the same experience. So what we start to see is that spirituality and neuroscience, they're both mirroring each other. Spirituality tells us if you are grateful, you will be increased. Neuroscience shows us why, because gratitude makes our brain more capable of receiving, recognizing, and holding good things. Then spirituality says gratitude opens the heart. Neuroscience shows that it activates clarity, coherence, and emotional regulation. Different languages, same truth. And this is where everything comes together. Gratitude is not just an emotion. It is a state of alignment. Spiritually and neurologically, that changes how we experience life. For you, for me, for any of us trying to move through life without drowning in it. Spiritually, gratitude keeps our heart from hardening into bitterness. Biologically, it keeps our brain from collapsing into survival mode. It doesn't force us to like our circumstances, but it helps us stay open enough to grow inside them. Gratitude doesn't change life, it changes how we meet life. And we don't practice gratitude to control the future, we practice it so the future doesn't control us. Because gratitude slowly releases us from emotional debt, the debt of fear, comparison, and the quiet feeling of I am behind. And that is why we often see grateful people, they are calm in storms, not because they are numbing or they are pretending, but they're actually anchored. Their mind and soul is anchored. So gratitude does not promise a perfect life. It promises a steadier us, a version of us that can hold joy more deeply and hold pain more gently without being afraid of what it might turn us into. Not invincible, just resilient. Not unrealistically positive, but just present. Not detached from life, but more alive in it. And maybe that's the real miracle of gratitude. It doesn't erase the storms, it builds our shelter. Not magic, just a soul aligned with its source and a brain aligned with its purpose. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and save it for days when you're feeling depleted and finding it hard to be grateful. Thank you for supporting.